met Bassel in 2010 in Guangzhou, China, and we were there with our mutual friend John Phillips and another crew of people doing some business development work in China and kind of scouting out for some projects to do. And John and I were we went from Hong Kong into Guangzhou and Shenzhen, and then went up into Beijing, and we met Bassel in Guangzhou, and then traveled together up into Beijing a little later. Sure, we were kind of a lot of the same group of people whom all met at some point through Creative Commons, among other things. We're doing an open source workshop in Doha. And so myself, John Phillips, Christopher Adams, and Bassel were all teaching a workshop in open source software at this conference, where there was also a Creative Commons meeting, where they were working on the licensing for the Arab world together. Us all being technology people and programmers, our initial conversations were a lot about the stuff he was working on, the Aiki Framework project that he was working on. Aiki Framework was a web development framework that Bassel was working on at the time that had to. It was a way for people to collaborate on websites together. It was this framework so multiple developers could edit portions of a website at the same time, and had some speed advantages over a lot of the other stuff out there. I think Bassel has a very thoughtful and deliberate and misleadingly quiet but strong way about pursuing the goals and projects and initiatives that he believes in. And I think just watching that in progress, watching the way he operates over the years on several, different things that he believed in is kind of an inspiration for me, because I think too often these days we get caught up in press releases and blog posts and just social noise and publicity. And I think there was a thing about Bassel where he was just always pushing forward without really paying attention to what anybody did. He was very strong in his convictions and wasn't so much concerned with who was paying attention at the time. And so I think that's extremely virtuous way to carry yourself.